Before the video starts, I would like to thank you guys for all the support in my previous video. A few weeks ago, Drip's world record had crossed 500 days. If you look at the leaderboard, it looks like no one is close to him. But if you are in the MCSR community, you know that could not be further from the truth. In this video, I'll be going through all the runs that had a legitimate shot to dethrone Drip, but fell short for one reason or another, in chronological order. Also, I am aware of Papler's 547 portal room with 0, but it didn't happen in the first 500 days of Drip's world record. For 500 days, Drip's world record survived 10 runs that probably should have beaten it. Before going through the runs that almost beat Drip, it makes sense to go through Drip's run first. He spawns on a beach and scans for buried treasure. He loots it, blows up trees, and crafts tools. Then, he boats to a magma ravine and builds his portal and enters the nether at 1:15. He immediately sees a treasure bastion. He routes the bastion and gets string, pearls, and obsidian. He pearls to the fortress he spotted earlier and kills stray blazes before the 4-minute mark. He goes to the overworld, measures one eye, and builds a second portal which puts him in the stronghold. He finds the portal room quickly and enters the end at 5:45, which is faster than all the runs today, but he has a slow end fight, leaving the door open for a new world record. 17 days after Drip set the world record, Marin got on the first crazy pace. He loads onto an island and finds a buried treasure. He then boats to a ravine and enters 10 seconds slower than Drip. Marin's bashed the same distance as Drip, but he's able to save 5 seconds due to better terrain. He does a route where he tries to get all his trades off 4 gold blocks and 3 chests. Fortunately for Marin, he gets lucky with 2 stacks of pearls and 6 explosives. He doesn't have 20 obsidian, which means he needs to This means he needs to pearl hang back to home portal to measure his size. He pearls to the fortress to kill blazes. There are a bunch of stray blazes. Marin kills 6. 5 of them drop. And Marin leaves, hoping for the 33% chance of 2 eyes or more. He goes to the overworld to measure eyes, and he enters the stronghold at 5:22, a world record at the time and 1 second faster than Drip. When Marin finally finds the portal room, he actually does get the 2-eye, but because he has the death reset, this run is no longer on world record pace. But that doesn't stop the fact that this is still great pace. Unfortunately, in the end, Marin walks away from this run with nothing. The next run on our board happened 1 day later. No Fear held the record for what felt like approximately 20 minutes, and now he's trying to get it back. He loads and finds a quick buried treasure, and makes tools and finds a magma ravine. He makes his portal and gets Flynn and enters 5 seconds behind Drip. He enters the housing bastion and does the manhunt route. He hangs his pearl, checks his trades, and leaves the bastion where he finds the fortress and enters it at 3 minutes on the dot, 30 seconds ahead of Drip, where he gets lucky with blaze spawns, and the blind is really close. His second portal puts him in the stronghold at 5:47, where he insta-nabs and finds the portal room at 6:03. If No Fear gets an insta-perch, he reclaims the world record. It's unlikely, but the dragon looks like it's about to at 6:38, but then it changes its mind. The dragon perches later, giving No Fear a 7:32, and Drip's world record survives another run. It takes a while before another run close to dethroning Drip happens. No hacks, just Roblox, spawns on a beach and loots a buried treasure. He boats to a magma ravine and enters at 1:10, 5 seconds ahead of Drip. The nether spawn looks bad because he is in a cave, but he finds a nearby bridge bastion. After doing a triple chest route, he gets all his trades instantly, leaping on 4 beds so he can't zero cycle. He has a 340 fortress, 10 seconds behind Drip, and he gets a ton of blazes to spawn with 5 RD in a Soul State Valley fort. He blinds at 4:35 with all of his rods, faster than Drip. But the stronghold is 2,000 blocks away, and he enters it 10 seconds behind Drip. But he does find the portal room immediately, entering the end at 5:50. Plenty of time for a perch. And at 6:28, the dragon looks like it's about to perch, but it decides against it. He gets the second place run, which is still second today. The next run is by Papler. He spawns on an island and finds the buried treasure. He He crafts tools and builds his portal. He has to break a bunch of flint, and he is 4 seconds ahead, entering the nether. He takes a bit to get to the bastion, and he gets lucky getting all of his trades from 4 gold blocks. He is able to enter the fortress at 5:33. Not world record pace, especially considering that he has 10 obsidian. He takes 1 minute to kill the blazes, and then the run is all of a sudden on clear world record pace. But unfortunately, the run dies just as quickly, as Papler cannot find the portal room. The next one is one of the saddest. Skycrab loads into the beach and has to run through some trees to find the buried treasure. He enters the nether at 1:25, 10 seconds behind Drip. He takes a bit to get to the farther bastion, but due to better pearls, he is still only 10 seconds behind Drip, leaving the bastion. He gets much better straight blazes with low RD, saving a lot of time. Where he measures his eye, and it drops in the ocean. He leaves it there. He heads to Cords far ahead of world record with 11 eyes. He has a 5:19 stronghold enter, which is the world record, and finds the portal room immediately, but he finds 0 eyes in the portal, a 28% chance of happening. Skycrab had a 72% chance of setting the world record by 40 seconds, and after going back to the fortress to get the extra eye to prove a point, he easily hits the 0 cycle. There was a 28% chance that this run was not world record, and it came through. Drip's run is still on top. The next run on here was done during a live tournament hosted by Spectre. This run starts out the same as the others, with a buried treasure. He enters 15 seconds slower, but this is everything you could want from a nether. He quickly gets all his trades and enters the fortress at 3:15, 15 seconds ahead of Drip. He gets great blazes and blinds faster than Drip. The second portal is closed, and after a bit of purling and bridging, he builds it at the same time as Drip. Unfortunately, the portal isn't in the right place, but it did not link with the stronghold. He had to waste 15 seconds dealing with that. He is still on world record pace into the stronghold, but gets unlucky with a nap. No world record. The next run was by Maybe. He spawned on a beach and he takes a little to find a buried treasure. Once he does, he had to build a slower portal with no magma, and he enters 25 seconds behind Drip. He gets a really good nether spawn, spotting the fortress and the bastion. He saves time because his trades are really good. Then he gets really good blaze spawns and builds his first portal at 4:15. He kills more blazes, and the stronghold is really close, giving him the second fastest stronghold time ever, 2 seconds behind Skycrab. But then, right after he uploaded his nap tutorial, this run ended to the stronghold nav. He found the portal room after 50 seconds, but after that, the run is no longer on world record pace. The next run consists of Skycrab spawning on another beach. He loots the BT, builds his portal, and gets unlucky with flint, so he's a little behind Drip. He gets an immediate bastion and fort, and he runs through an oblivious piglin to do the treasure route. He leaves the bastion on 10 obsidian, meaning he has to blind travel. He gets very lucky in the fortress split, and the blinds at 4:20. While measuring eyes, he learns the stronghold is very close and across an ocean. He digs down and enters the stronghold at 5:25, 3 seconds behind Drip. He takes a bit to find the portal room, but once he does, he enters the end at 6:03, giving the dragon a chance to perch. At 6:35, it looks like the dragon might...
Oh. Wow. Like, that was it if it perched. Holy.
But the dragon did not perch. This run will not be a world record either. The next run is by Jay. He spawns on a beach and used shears to mine a bunch of leaves as he did not get TNT. He enters the nether 10 seconds slower than Drip, and he has a farther bastion. He finds a bridge bastion and enters it 45 seconds behind Drip. Then, he does his own route, Chad move. While doing the route, he sees a fortress, and after getting his trades, he pearls to the fortress and gets great blazes. He leaves on 5 rods, giving him a 33% chance of completing the portal. He enters the stronghold at 5:40, finds the portal room quickly, but there are no eyes. Drip's world record remains unbeaten. Our last chance to beat the record before it hits 500 days. Griffey loads into the seed and loots a berry treasure. He makes tools and boats to a magma ravine and builds his portal, entering the same time as Drip. His bastion is far, but when running to the bastion, he sees the fortress. He loots the bastion doing the T-Wags route, but he is far behind pace, entering the fortress 30 seconds behind Drip. But then, he gets 6 blazes and goes 6 for 6 on rods, leaving the nether at the same time as Drip. He measures his eyes and heads to coordinates, entering the strongholds 5 seconds behind Drip. He finds the portal room quickly and has a chance to set the record with a 0 cycle.